when I was deep in my addiction, I would often ponder and have these fleeting thoughts that would be like, it wasn't supposed to be like this. Like, I'm supposed to help humans. Why would that thought, that was my consciousness. But I think that's when intuition was most definitely kind of just breaking through the numbness of the addiction to let me know you've got to change your life, so that if you want to help people, you got to get out of the grips of addiction and go do something about it. And that's what I did when I raised my hands and did what I feared the most, which was my ego, my disease of addiction, whatever you want to call it, didn't want me to do. Once I raised my hands, God placed the angels in my path. People like Siamak Afshar, people like Amir, people like all the people that were placed in my path that showed me the ropes of recovery. And that's why it's been my ultimate duty to try to help others in the same sense. And that's what I'll do to the day I drop. But I remember holding his hand and hearing his voice in my head and saying, Pejman, when we die sober. We die sober. And I knew right in that moment that my greatest mentor and teacher was dying a sober man. And he had, like 40 some odd years. I often, when I'm telling my story, say that he was my recovery Yoda. But that man, he showed me the ropes of recovery. Like, just people that truly demonstrated altruism through their actions and showed me that I have a purpose, and that they believed in me, and they would empower me, and they encouraged me to go to school. I remember being in my first recovery home when I wanted to be sober and thinking, like, how does this all work? And eventually opening my own homes in Westwood, LA, and up in all over LA and in Orange County, having these recovery homes and doing exactly in those homes that was done for me, because it's a formula that works and helps save lives. And they don't just be sober, because there's a difference between sobriety and recovery. They get into the path of recovery and they move mountains. Siamak used to tell me, you stick on this path and you're going to move mountains. I told him, Siamak, I'm going to chisel every single way of the way just to be able to get these mountains moved, right? And that's exactly what I did, and that's what I get to see. I become just beautiful human beings that do great things. They become fathers and mothers, and they have kids, and they hold jobs, and most importantly, they're in active service of other people. So they find their purpose in their respective lifestyles or whatever field they're working in.